When driving past cyclists, give them 3 feet. And if you can change lanes safely and give them a little bit more, that's even better. And that's the long and the short of it, honey.
Okay, you can offer touchless payment options like ACH, mobile bill pay, or completely automated. We also offer next business day funding, so you get your money faster. Ready to learn how we can partner with you every step of the way? Request a demo today.
Got that Young Dolph thing. Here I go. My bad, y'all. Had to use the bathroom. Know what I mean? Yeah. Hey, that Young Dolph trial about to start. It's 9:04 in the cook. Now listen, just to give y'all an update, thank y'all for tapping in. Let me fix this camera. There you go. Thank y'all for tapping in. Listen. Day 1 and day 2 of the Young Dolph trial revealed that Big Jook dropped the bag. We all know that. Yesterday he testified the CMG paid $50,000 for his paid attorney. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's it. And they ain't start yet. They ain't start yet. Want that to start. That trial gonna start. I'm gonna cover it a little bit before I get out of here. You know, it's my day. But, yeah, we waiting for them to start. So, what I got out the whole thing was Jook. He dropped the bag, right? And, you know, it was a lot of dissing on Jook, you know, in the records. If y'all remember the records, a lot of dudes was, Jook was talking a lot of shit, you know. I mean, Dolph was talking a lot of shit about Jook after the fact, saying Jook was coming to holler at him and, you know, whatever. But, you know, just for that dude to get up on the stand and say day 1, you know what I'm saying, that Jook dropped the bag and also that CMG paid for his lawyer is really a blow to the fucking defense, bro. Like, the defense is in trouble. I don't know why that other little guy went to trial. I don't know why he went to trial. I would have just copped out. I would just copped out because Shorty saying that he told on him he wanted to work with the police after the kite was dropped. And people was been saying it was over 40,000, but now he telling them, this is what I'm trying to tell everybody. One thing I don't believe, you can't trust a snake, pig, or rat. Know what I mean? But one thing is that the rat is very believable on stand. He's very believable on stand because he's saying, I killed Dolph and I killed Dolph for some money. And then he's saying, I don't know what dude doing, how dude trying to hide or whatever dude doing. But he's saying that I also, you know, killed him for the money and he was with me. You feel me? And Big Jook put the money to put the hit out. And before they paid for his lawyer, he only received $800. Now, I'm here to tell you that I would never become a rat. I'd have been on Jook ass. You know what I mean? Just to be real with you. Like, Shorty really, I don't know what dudes expect in this world and in this life, yo. But if you straight up and down, man, hire a dude to do something and it's like, you know what I'm saying, it's illegal and they get caught and you didn't handle your business, that person is not going to handle their business for you. Everybody ain't from the mud and live by these morals and principles. You not paying a nigga for killing one of the biggest artists that came out of Memphis will make a rat nigga tell. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Will make a rat nigga tell. When I heard he didn't get his money for the shit and they was playing Jook talking about, I'm going to holler at y'all later and this and that, and I'm going to pay for your lawyer. No, sir. So I'm just saying that I would like for everybody to make this educational purposes. They went and killed the nigga, right? He went and killed Dolph, stood on business with this murder and didn't get all his money. And then they paid for his lawyer. I mean, me as a person, as a human, and as a dude that grew up outside, bro, fuck. You know what I mean? You gonna pay for that lawyer because that's what you're supposed to do. But yo, I want my money, bro. Like like when you do something like that, bro, you supposed to get yours up front, man. It's a half now, half when I'm done. Because at the end of the day, if he would have got his money, I'm not telling y'all that he wouldn't have told if he would have got his money. I'm not telling y'all that. I'm not saying, yo, if the man would have got his money, he still wouldn't have been a fucked up nigga. I don't know. But what I'm saying is a major part about that nigga being fucked up is him not getting his money. Fuck that lawyer money. That's what I'm here to tell you, because at the end of the day, that lawyer money, you know what I mean, it ain't never touching my hands. I can't do nothing with $50,000 gone to the lawyer. And on top of that, y'all probably just didn't, you know what I mean? It's got to go to the lawyer because I'm fighting a big murder. You know what I mean? When you fighting a big murder like that, when you know what I'm saying, you want to go to the lawyer. So I'm saying that the man ain't going to the lawyer, and y'all get a man, y'all pay the man lawyer, and now the man a hot motherfucker than the other stupid motherfucker, on the case. He doing dumb shit like writing a nigga kites, threatening him. You better not tell, you better not do this and that. Hey, yo, at the end of the day, y'all niggas ain't pay that man. Y'all ain't pay that man. And I'm not saying it's right in no type of way to testify. You's a killer. You killed that man. Stand on business. But at the end of the day, if I was around them niggas like, yo, first thing you supposed to do is take care of people, bro. I don't know why niggas out here breaking law and think somebody gonna stand up for you when they breaking law for you and you not conversating. You're not paying them. And a lot of niggas turn rat like that because motherfuckers not looking out for them. Motherfuckers not doing what they supposed to do for them. A lot of dudes turn fucked up because of that, bro. Now, man, and as I study this trial and watch this trial, one thing that was very much alarming to me is when he said they gave him $800. And later on, the defense, you know what I mean? The defense come back, you know, the defense attorneys come back with saying, well, they gave you $50,000 for your lawyer. Yeah, that's a fact. You get what I'm saying? That's what they told me. Like, yo, we getting, basically he's saying they told him we can get $50,000 for the hit if y'all niggas get jammed up for their lawyer, conversary, shit taken care of. So that's the part of the bargain that supposed to be done. This ain't no trophy them niggas paying for my lawyer. They said that they was going to pay for the lawyer. The problem is, Shorty a fucked up nigga when they ain't pay him his money. Man got 5 kids out there. The man got everything. That's not a justifiable reason for telling, not at all. But I'm telling you, that's what lead a lot of weak-minded dudes into telling. That leads you into telling, bro. They gave that man $800 for Dolph murder. You know what I mean? Forget about that lawyer shit, because all the evidence that they got on these niggas and whoever told on them at the top, I think the nigga that put it together first posed a told, but we gonna get into that because it's day 3 of the trial and we waiting for it to start. Let me see, did it start yet? But I'm just going on y'all with the I'm just going over y'all with the first 2 days. So I rationalized like the open testimony. They came out with 1 minute. They came out with they smoking gun. You ask me, it's over. I don't even know why Shawty is sitting out there fighting this. And I get, yo, you don't want to plead guilty to nothing like that because you want to have your appeal rights and all that shit. But, yo, with that smoking gun witness right there, and that boy saying, yo, you was with me when I killed this man, and you also helped me kill this man. Now, I mean, they saying the Draco took him out. You get what I'm saying? They saying the Draco, it ain't start yet. It ain't started. It's 9/11 Central Time. I don't know what time it is, but I'm just covering y'all from day 1 to day 2. And it was so crazy because they said Jook dropped the bag. Even if Jook dropped the bag, right? This is what I'm saying. When you're part of $1 million organization, CMG's a multi-million-dollar record label. I'm quite sure Yo Gotti, his mother and his family got investments in a whole bunch of other shit. You sending a hit, right? And your name on it is stupidity to me. You know what I mean? Rest in peace to Jook. You get what I'm saying? You know, I don't diss the dead. You get what I'm saying? Even if it's my op, I'm not going to diss the dead. I might not care if they gone. I might not care 2 fucks about them, but I don't diss the dead. But Jook sent the hit out on this man with putting his face on it. It couldn't be rumors that Jook did this. These niggas are saying I'm talking to Jook. Hey, Jook, you all so motherfucking rich, and I know you got a few real niggas around you. Why wasn't the third party handling the message, handling the money, everything? Nothing went through Jook. You know what I mean? Y'all niggas rich. Y'all niggas know niggas in California, everywhere. It wasn't so hard for you to say, yo, take this money there, or a face that they never seen before. You get what I'm saying? That would have make more sense. I'm just saying the upper level of criminology. Like, some of these dudes be having money and some of these dudes don't be having money, but they be the most stupidest motherfuckers in the world, bro. And you can see why the DEA, the FBI, the CIA, the homicide detectives, all the motherfuckers and the prosecutors got the jails packed, bro, because dudes do stupid shit and think that that stupidity is smart. Dudes think that their stupidity and ignorance is smart. If God knows that Jook is resting in peace. Jook is resting in peace. May Allah have mercy on his soul. But I'm saying to everybody on some G shit that was Jook, you know, and this is just my opinion. This is my opinion. I love you, your brother's keeper, and you stand on business for your brother. But in a multi-million-dollar world, right? A real rich world where you can go from the top to the bottom because of ignorance. And that thing called murder, as y'all see, murder you going to jail for, and the thing messing around with, you know, assaulting women and stuff. You know the two biggest things that most people with money go down for. Some type of sexual assault or some type of murder shit. Shout out to Fetty Wap. Free Fetty Wap on the fentanyl indictment. Free Casanova on the gangbang indictment. Dudes that ain't got none of this fishy and wild shit, you know what I mean, going on. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of dudes behind that motherfucking wall. Free Tax Stone. There's a lot of dudes that's celebrities behind that wall that stood on business, and I respect them. You get what I'm saying? But Jook, if he didn't pass away, would have put a real big dent into the family hustle. He would have. He would have. And it's conspiracy theories that things got to be handled and pain has to be dealt with in a dark room. But to the public eyes, we have to straighten things out. Don't let that go over your head. You get what I'm saying? I'm a huge fan of the Memphis rap scene. Like, I'm a huge fan of a bunch of states' rap scene. Memphis is one of my favorite. Come on, 8 Ball, MJG, 3-6 Mafia, Yo Gotti, and Dolph is like the epitome of Memphis hip-hop. If you think about Memphis hip-hop, you're going to think about them four. Everybody that was with 3-6. Everybody that's with 3-6 was hot. Then everybody loved 8 Ball MJG. And then, you know what I mean, Gotti came up talking a little bit more shit. And then Dolph came out after Gotti. And Starlito, I fuck with Starlito. I even fucked with my man, the landlord, Zagzilla. You get what I'm saying? I liked it, that whole little Memphis thing. I thought niggas was hard. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Memphis and the whole. And then, you know, I fuck with Big 30 and Pooh Shicey, Glorilla, and Gloss. You get what I'm saying? That Memphis hip-hop scene is dope as fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's dope as fuck. But that move by Big Jook dropping that bag, or allegedly dropping that bag, would have been a big hit to Yo Gotti and them. It would have been a big hit to Yo Gotti and them organization. And I don't care if nobody think that's it or nobody think it's not. Yeah, Big Jook would have kind of like, would have killed them. I think if Jook wouldn't have never passed away and was never killed, I think this case would have went federal. I think this case would have went federal. A murder for hire, music people involved. I think the case would have went federal. You get what I'm saying? And from my understanding, I'm gonna find out today when I watch the trial before I leave. I'm gonna get a little bit of the trial, probably watching on my phone on my drive to Pennsylvania. But I think both of them niggas fucked up. If I'm not mistaken, because it's supposed to be somebody, it's 3 of them arrested for this case, right? If I'm not understanding. It's 3 of them locked up for this case. And from my understanding, you know, everybody kind of like pointing the fingers, kind of like crazy. You get what I'm saying? Because the defense attorney tried to put it on Jook homeboy, the nigga that orchestrated everything, and say he's to blame and shit like that. It's a lot of shifting the blame, but your lawyer's gonna do that. He's gonna by any means he's gonna try to prove his client innocence. And his other kid is just, in his best interest, it was for him to take that type of, you know what I mean, to get on the stand and do it. And he's saying that the prosecutor said, you're going to jail for this. You know what I mean? And like we said, we seen a lot of infamous rats come home after the years go by. We have seen this. Dudes commit these crazy crimes and come home 30 years from now, and 30 years from now is 2054. He be 60-some years old talking about the murder of Dolph. But I think he will see the streets one day. I think the prosecutors is working something out with him because he told the whole story. I just hope that this story doesn't get into, you know, Gotti, because Gotti's name is mentioned in this. But I hope Gotti, I don't think Gotti had nothing to do with this. Actually, I don't even think Gotti, you know, gave the head. I think Jook did what he wanted to do because Jook was more in the Memphis street than Gotti was. So I don't even think the Gotti gave the okay to that. You get what I'm saying? I'm not even going to lie. Even though youngster and, you know, people, you know, young, ignorant people was acting like, I don't even think Gotti had none of that. And one thing for sure and two things for certain, Gotti never really speak on nothing. I mean, Gotti a real boss type nigga, but sometimes your bosses got to call the right move, bro, because one person can't sacrifice a family. One person can't sacrifice the empire. Love cannot overpower business. And if love overpower business, it's a ship sinking. You know what I mean? Because love's not going to keep that ship above water when you have a bunch of people poking holes in it. It's not. Love and loyalty is not going to keep that ship sinking above water. You know what I mean? Making the right decision in the world that we live in and have to answer for that in the afterlife is the proper things to do here on planet Earth. And some things that be done and some things that be said be fucked up. But I don't think no real boss or no king on the highest level is going to let love overpower their decision when it comes to a multi-million-dollar empire, billion empire, or trillion empire. It's just not going to happen. I just don't think, you know, like I said, they shot the man up. The man got shot before we bumped heads with them in California. The shit happened down CIAA weekend. Shit was happening. And Dolph wasn't retaliating. So, you know, Gotti, you know what I'm saying? If you ask me, got the numbers up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he put, you know, one on the scoreboard when they hit him. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Jook maybe was feeling like he's calling a big brother move and he's going to handle it. But I just don't think me personally as a content creator, Baltimore City, Ralo, it's my own opinion. I just don't think that was a good move. And if that move was going to be done, I don't think it should have been done the way I don't think it should have been done with who it was done with and the way that it was done. You know what I mean? You put a bounty out there, you get some thirsty dudes, and the thirsty dudes go do a sloppy job, and the sloppy job comes back on you. You know what I mean? I don't think that nobody in that team and nobody of that organization wanted that ignorance to come back on them. You get what I'm saying? It's a lot of things that happen out here that's not right, and it's not coming back to the top. It's not even coming back to the circle because that's the way business is supposed to get handled. But when you do sloppy jobs and you thirsty and you want to just get some type of Purple Heart for some shit, you tend to jump out there and then do some thirsty shit. And that thirsty shit causes you a life sentence. It causes you 30, 40 years in prison. It might even cost you your life. If you get life in prison with no chance of giving it back or being in the dirt, it's kind of sort of the same thing. It's just you buried alive. Some dudes rather be buried alive than really be buried. And in this situation with these niggas, when they get found guilty of this shit or when they cop out to it, they're going to be pretty much buried alive. And then they playing a serious game by, you know, he told and them dudes paid for his lawyer. So it's a serious game in jail. I want to tell everybody this. Once you go to prison, right, the court system, the detectives, or nobody that coerce you into telling can help you behind the door because you're going from the court system into another system. And this system is not governed by the laws of the court. These correctional officers, wardens, and case managers, and all the people that work inside a prison is not governed by the court. And that's what you have to understand. It's a whole different ball game. The judge can call down there and have you move from a jail. You could do this, you could do that, but he cannot save you because he cannot be there 24 hours a day. He cannot be there 24 hours a day. And COs and the rest of the staff that work inside of that building are human. They got people that been killed. They got people that somebody told on. They got people that been ready. They got people that having all walks of life. And when you get in there, that's their rules, bro. And nobody will know what's going on but you and the people that's doing that shit to you. So I don't think, you know, it would be in your best interest to play that type of game. You know what I mean? And that's the game that Shorty playing. And when I saw it, Shorty killed Dolph in cold-blooded murder. If you've never seen nothing cold, and I done seen some cold shit, but, you know, just to take that money, and like I said, let's not act like somebody tell you they give you $50,000 and you from the ghetto or you from the suburbs. I don't know. You can be from anywhere. Somebody give you $50,000 to kill somebody. You know, ignorant people and, you know, being broke and poverty will make you do that. So everybody talking, they just killed him for this little ass bit. Man, listen, when did $50,000 become a little ass bit of money to somebody from the urban communities across America? You know what I mean? $50,000 might not take you a long way. And the way that he was moving, he would have blew the $50,000 in maybe 30 days or 2 months. You know what I mean? 90 days tops, he'd have blew the $50,000. Now, I mean, I give him 90 days, he'd have blew the $50,000, so that wasn't it. But his plan was, after they knocked that down, to knock down any and everybody from the label. So he just felt this like, because he's testifying to this, that they had more money on more people. So after they did this one, they was going to do 2, 3, 4, and 5. So he thought that he was going to get rich off of cracking heads or get, you know what I mean, get his head above water. And this man thought he was going to get a record label, straight drop. Thought he was going to get a record label, get a record deal with CMG to be with his idols. You know what I mean? So all this coming off of the life of Dolph. And that's the end of the story, man. You know what I'm saying? They testified. It's not nothing that we making up. You know what I mean? It's all on all the news spreads. It's everywhere. The big Jook, Yo Gotti brother, dropped the money on Shorty. And Shorty and them said, you know what I mean? Whatever, whatever. And also, Jook got killed. You know what I mean? That's the next thing coming up. You get what I'm saying? I think like Memphis want to just get to all this and send a strong message, but man. I mean, you know, and Gotti, one thing about Yo Gotti's not going to respond to this. Yo Gotti's not going to respond to this. You know, he will probably talk about this later on in the years to come, maybe 2030, you know what I mean? He might do a tell-all book, but this shit that's going on with this is deep, bro. And I know Gotti has to be very upset, you know, the loss of his brother. You know what I mean? Whether he, you get what I'm saying? And then just the loss, just whole commotion is just like a slowdown of a bag. It's like so much ignorance involved in this. You get what I'm saying? It's like so much ignorance involved in this. And this is really over a rap thing. This is really over a rap thing. This started with rap because Dolph didn't want to sign with Gotti, allegedly. You know what I mean? This is the rumor said. We've been hearing this rumor forever. That he ain't want, you know, because he didn't want to sign with, they only wanted to be, Gotti wanted to run the whole Memphis or whatever he had to do, whatever his vision was. And, you know, Gotti talked highly about his big brother. And Dolph was letting us know in his rap that, yo, when Gotti wasn't fucking what you doing right, you was coming through and hollering that out. So it was a lot of personal shit going on. But it resolved in 2 people being killed, a superstar and a superstar brother. And rest in peace to everybody else that died. Let's not forget about that. A bunch of people was dying in Memphis over this shit from day one. It was reckless shootings and shit was going on in Memphis. So, but the 2 big names that we know that died out of this shit in the last 3 years since the death of Dolph is Jook and Dolph. You know, and it's sad to say that no life is worth more than the next life. But all those other, you know, men, you know, that died protecting the PRE flag or protecting, you know, this part of Memphis or protecting, you know, CMG and just was beefing, none of them dudes is going to get a flower dropped on their grave. Probably half of them don't even have a tombstone on their grave. Nevertheless, somebody reaching out to their family. They just died in the name of 2 rich niggas in their hood beefing. Let's not forget about them. Rest in peace to all them dudes that died for no reason. You get what I'm saying? They just died on the name of this and that. You know what I mean? And like I said again, you have a killer that's identifying himself as the one with that Draco, almost taking his arm off. He's identifying himself as the person that's doing this, and he's testifying the whole story. Whether y'all believe him, y'all believe him. Whether y'all don't. But I just say that I don't believe a pig, rat, or snake. But his story makes sense. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying it just makes sense. I just don't just think, you know what I mean, that he just making this shit up, what I would say. Because a pig rattlesnake could be right about some shit. It's just that we second guess anything they say. We want to do a little bit more research because we just don't trust them off the top. We don't trust a pig, snake, or rat off the top. So anytime they say something, a pig, snake, or rat, or a liar, you ain't gonna let it go, but you gonna think about it. And I just believe this rat is telling the truth. I just believe this rat is telling the truth. This rat don't got nothing to lose. Y'all know I killed him. Y'all got me on camera. I damn near confessed to the shit. He didn't confess to the shit. He done admitted he know that he's over with. I don't think there's no more rooms for lying. I don't think, you know, it's no, once you confess to that murder, you know what I mean? It's no room. You can make up all the shit you want in your head. I don't think he making shit up. It's like, I don't got nothing to lose. Like, I'm over with. I'm finished. I'd never be a daddy to my kids. My kids will grow up with them. Regardless if they give me a deal or not, I'm going to still be in jail because the prosecutor still got to look good. It's still Young Dolph. And you know what I mean? You know, Dolph still got a family. I'm quite sure his family don't want to hear, oh, this man tell us everything that's going on, then he get left free. He's going to have to face a penalty. Whether they going to come back and give it back to him, I don't think he would die in jail. I truly don't think he would die in jail. But he's going to be in jail for a long time. He won't just be able to come out and do a bunch of interviews. And I could be wrong. They could let the nigga straight out of jail after he testified and told him Jook did this and all this and this. He could go out of jail. They didn't let the most wildest people go in the history of letting people go. They didn't let the wildest people go. So, but what I'm saying is that other kid is going to get a life sentence and it's going to be fucked up. And then, you know, at the end of the day, like I said, jail is a whole different world. You testify, it's going to be hard for y'all boys in jail. You get what I'm saying? It's going to be hard. You get what I'm saying? It's going to be hard for him in jail. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe he's a YSL Woody. Maybe he's a Woody type dude that go hard. You know what I mean? I don't know. But the whole, and they didn't put his face on there. I'm quite sure you could look up the guys that got arrested for Dolph, but the guy that's testifying, they don't even show his face. So I feel like if they not showing his face in court, they work something out with him. But the courts are still going to get a lengthy sentence out of him. And like I said, man, in the beginning, man, Big Jook dropped the bag. Now, when day one of the trial came out, and day two of the trial, it was people around the industry, you know, that fucked it with Dolph. And it was rumors saying that Yo Gotti and Jook had something to do with that. That's what everybody was saying. You know how it is when you from the ghetto. The industry is like the projects. Everybody know everything. So, you know, this is what we thinking because of their awards and the shootings. Then the bombshell dropped that they really did it. You know what I mean? That they was really behind it. They got somebody testifying that they was really behind it. So Ralo, fam goon, you know what I mean? Nothing but love for the Muslim. You know, Ralo's been all over the internet. Ralo's been feuding with Boosie. Ralo's been feuding with the allegations of him telling. Ralo's been going through a lot of shit, but he's still doing his service to humanity, still praying 5 times a day. He's still, you know, looking out for the Muslims. He's still doing the right thing. Ralo, out of respect for Dolph and the love that he had for Dolph, he took it to the Chicago way and said he's smoking on the Jook pack, which is so disrespectful to, you know, Yo Gotti. You know, Yo Gotti not the type of nigga be running around disrespecting people or disrespecting the dead. Gotti never was on that shit. So Ralo said that he coming out with a Jook pack like, fuck y'all niggas. You know, y'all niggas killed my man to put that petty ass money over my man head. And I was just telling my homeboy yesterday, I said, are you mad that Ralo said that? I don't think it's appropriate for Ralo being a mature, you know, being mature, being a multi, you know, making a lot of money, you know, being a millionaire, having the success that he got just getting out of jail, and being a Muslim. You know what I mean? I don't think that was, I would think like, ah, come on, crazy, stay out of that. But who's to say that you can't ride for your friend? Who's to say that somebody killed your friend and you love and your reaction is your reaction? That's what I told my man. Like, yo, Dolph was his man. Dolph was his friend. He loved Dolph. So at the end of the day, he found, you know, it was all speculation. And a lot of men that fuck with Dolph wasn't speaking about this because like they was living off the land. Like, you ain't supposed to put your mouth where it don't belong. Now that that kid got on the stand and testifying, people are summons and have the right to believe what they want to believe. And he believes that them niggas really did that shit. He believes them niggas ain't lying. Now he said, y'all put some money on my man head and got him knocked off. Now I'm going to make some money off of your name in the most disrespectful way. It's basically saying I'm going to inherit flip a problem. I'm going to inherit flip a beef. You know what I'm saying? If y'all going to be out here, we ain't fucking with CMG. Woo, 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 woo. In my eyes, it ain't nothing wrong with that. You ain't supposed to fuck with the niggas that got your man knocked off. You know what I'm saying? If that's your man like that, you get what I'm saying? And your man ain't do nothing to them. It's a difference if your man did some fucked up shit where as though you have to turn your eyes because that happens in the ghetto. That happens in the ghetto. You could love the shit out of a nigga, but your man could do some fucked up shit, and you know the consequences of that is death. Now, you could overdo things and ride out for your man and say, fuck that. A lot of dudes do, or you could ride out and just say, yo, let bygones be bygones. And I'm gonna go ahead and just, I have to turn the other cheek to that because I know what he did, the consequences for that is the worst consequences ever. But he's smoking on the Jook pack. He put that out there. You know what I mean? They making the packs, and I think that's disrespectful to Gotti because it's still Gotti brother, and Gotti love his brother. And, you know, that drill shame with some Chicago shit and Philly inherited and, you know, Jacksonville inherited. You know, a lot of dudes in certain places wasn't playing that, smoking on their ops and disrespecting the dead. A lot of dudes wasn't playing like that. You know what I mean? That's some, you know, Midwest type shit that they you know, just basically when I first heard about dudes doing that, it was a Chicago thing. I'm not going to say it's a whole Midwest thing. I'm just going to say particularly it was a Chicago thing. Then Philly started running with it. Then New York started running with it. Then, you know, Jacksonville was running with it. You know what I mean? But a lot of stand-up dudes wasn't running with that, putting dudes' name in raps and shit. You know what I mean? Especially if they say, you heard Gucci saying the dude Pookie, but Pookie came in there, you know, rest in peace to him too, you know, because I didn't know the guy, but from my understanding, he came to kill Gucci Man and he died. So that's a different ball game. Like, once again, I say you can ride for Pookie all you want, but you went into that man's house with the intentions to kill him. That's what I mean that, yo, what you gonna do? You can ride for him because that's your people, but also just common sense is like, oh, bro, you was on a mission. If you'd have killed that man, you'd still been my people's. Do I inherit your beef? Because I wasn't going to get that money. So, but with Ralo and them and Dolph situation, Dolph had a fan base. Dolph had people in the industry that really loved him and befriend him. And once that shocking news came out on Monday, what that kid said, Dolph was, you know, straight up dudes' friends, and dudes is going to say what they want to say. So at the end of the day, I am looking at Ralo like, Ralo, you a Muslim and you should be more mature, but I can't be mad at somebody for the way that they want to retaliate against somebody that did something to their people. It's no levels to that shit. You know, we could say that's wrong. He should be more mature. But, hey, it's no levels to that shit. Now, if you tap in there now, hit that like button, hit that notification button, share this video. The trial is starting now. They're coming into the courtroom. They're bringing the witnesses out. I'm going to cut it on, and you're going to hear it coming from my TV, and I want y'all to share this live. This is the beginning of the trial, day 3. Day 3, Jook dropped the bag. Ralo smoking on Jook, day 3 of the trial. Raw Dope Podcast, man. Your #1 source for news, sports, entertainment, and hip-hop, especially for Baltimore and the DMV. Like this video, share this video. They bringing the first dude out. They ready to get busy. Ready to get...
Pretty good. Me and Mr. Adams
Everybody just came in the courtroom. The other little dude that's not telling, he got on a nice little, look like a little Eddie Bauer shirt, pair of slacks.
Mr. Adams' phone expert is also here. After my expert presents testimony, he may ask you for a quick break to consult with his expert before his cross-examination. After the phone expert, both parties would ask you for about 10 minutes.
Now, today is more about the experts with the trial and with dudes just, you know, leading into it. You get what I'm saying? So that's what the day's about. The day's more about that. You get what I'm saying? So you're going to hear that, you know, in murder trials and big cases, forensics and doctors and all them got to come in and talk that stuff today.
Short, or do I need to excuse the jury for a few minutes?
I would ask probably just to excuse them for a few minutes. And it won't be a long break. I mean, 10,
That's fine. And that witness, your witness is in court,
Yes.
and that's okay with you?
Absolutely, absolutely. He's an expert witness. He's here to listen to the what expert witness can say, and we don't have a problem with that.
That's fine. All right, if there are no other matters.
It's starting.
Well, do we have the people from outside the audience in? Do we have the audience in from outside?
So right now they just getting into the they letting the jury step out right now, so I keep y'all posted. But yeah, they in the courtroom right now. I'm awake and bait, waiting for the bro to get here, and we gotta step out. But you know what I mean? We wanna make it do what it do. So like I said, man, again, like Ralo smoking on that Jook pack, and you know, you can't, like I told my man, I was telling him, like, bro, you can't even be mad at a nigga said no shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like, you know, Youngster, you know, when it first happened to Dolph, like, Youngster went to a cemetery with the man's last name on it. Not saying that was his gravesite, but he went to a cemetery with Thornton on the back of it, found the name Thornton, and went to the cemetery, which, you know, they were throwing their shots. So you can't get mad that, you know, people that figured this shit out. They like, oh, y'all was throwing shots, now we throwing shots. Like I said, a diss is a diss. They're like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no rules to fighting. That's what I tell you, ain't no rules to fighting, bro. So the gloves was off and this thing. Like I said, the Diddy, the Dolph trial, and the YSL trial is all keeping, you know, the black people in our community shy away from this election. Because they're not even talking about the election. A lot of people don't go on to CNN. A lot of dudes ain't doing full coverage of the election. But it's a lot more going on and hidden agendas in the world that they throwing all these bombshells to keep our eyes rocked. You get what I'm saying? I really believe that. You know what I mean? I really believe that. The jury coming in now. Tennessee versus Justin Johnson. Justin choose not to go to trial. Hold on, we can get somebody. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, they called their next witnesses as a lieutenant. He coming here to testify about it. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of these people got to testify. But I feel like their opening statements and opening game smacked the case out the park already.
Stand right here, sir. Raise your right hand facing him.
You can stand or front and tell the truth.
Yes, ma'am.
You'll be tested.
Black judge. Black woman got crucified her own people.
My first name is Mahaj. My last name is Abdullah.
And can you spell the first and last, please?
Yes, sir. My first name is spelled M-A''HAJJ. My last name is spelled A-B-D-U-L.
Johnson should have copped out to the 30.
B-A-A.
Say what you want to say, young. You know what I mean? Cop out to the 30. Go for parole in 15. Come home in like 19 years. You know what I mean? Fuck that, bro. Like, you ready to go ahead and take it to trial and go ahead and get life. And I don't want life. I don't want life in prison. I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I mean? I don't want life in prison. Life in prison is just simply not worth it to me.
How are you employed?
I'm employed with the Memphis Police Department.
And how long have you been with Memphis Police Department?
26 years.
So right now, this is just the cop about to testify, the scene, and all that stuff.
Homicide unit.
Did you have occasion to work on the case having to do with the murder of Adolph Jr., the rapper and assault?
Yes, sir.
In particular, on November the 24th, and then on November the 26th of 2021, did you have occasion to go to the Crosstown building?
Yes, sir.
For what purpose?
Attempting to see if there was video footage in connection with this investigation.
Did you speak with security there?
Yes.
Let me let y'all see.
Did you video
See.
there?
Yes, sir.
Did you?
Let me let y'all see. Oh, rock out like that. And that happened, they throw some commercials in there. So every commercial, I'm y'all commercial. For this, day 3 of the Young Dolph trial, Jook dropped the bag. We already know about that. Ralo smoking on Jook. And, you know, this is the way it's going. Just the way it's going, man. Just sad. There's never a sad week in hip-hop. It's a sad week for hip-hop. It is a sad week for our culture. Just all the way around. All the courtrooms in America is crucifying black men for idiotic decisions they made.
I'm looking at your supplement. You actually created a timeline of the various events that you witnessed on the surveillance tape. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
With the hour and the minute, and then what you observed.
Yes, sir.
For instance, at 2:41, the surveillance video shows a male wearing a black cap with the Bass Pro logo. You made that sort of timeline, is that right?
Yes, sir.
That accounted for, or did it account for the comings and goings of a suspect that I sort of just described, the Bass Pro hat?
Yes, sir.
Those videos that you viewed and that you obtained, did they have timestamps on them?
Yes, sir.
So when you watched the videos, you could see what time it was and you could see the time going as you watched it.
Yes, sir.
Those accurate timestamps?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did I explain to you earlier?
I don't object to the answer about accuracy. Let's see, lay a foundation of how you know that.
Did you review the footage with the security officers?
Yes, sir.
And when you reviewed that security footage, were you invited back to see where they had this footage and where they kept it and everything?
Yes, sir.
And did you observe the time on the video that you were, when you were back there, to be the true time of the security cameras?
Yes, sir.
Did I explain to you before you got on the stand how those videos were played to the jury?
Yes, sir.
Did I explain to you that each sort of event, let's say it's the man in the Bass Pro hat leaving the building at 2:40 a.m., okay, shown as the video, which would mean the individual, for instance, would walk to the elevator and be on the elevator camera. And then, when he got in the elevator, we switched to the inside of the elevator camera. they got to the lobby, it would switch the lobby camera. When they got to the parking area, it would switch the parking camera.
Yes, sir.
When you obtained the videos though, you got videos of each separate camera, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Did I explain to you that when you make a reel of the cameras, that the timestamps disappear and aren't part of the reel?
Yes, sir.
And did I tell you that to make up for that, a black screen was inserted in front of each of the events on the reel that had a date and time of what we were looking at?
Yes, sir.
Did I tell you that of the various events, that black screen was correct for all but one?
Yes, sir.
And I tell you there was a mistake with regard to one of those reels.
Yes, sir.
And I want to take responsibility, for that. I want to show you and ask you if you recognize these to be the original videos not made into a reel that you obtained from Crosstown with regard to the suspect leaving directly before Dolph's homicide. Okay?
Okay.
And I don't know if you can see through the plastic to the green writing up top?
Yes, sir.
All right. What is that green writing up top?
The green writing up top says 8th floor W8 elevator, and it gives the, I'm looking at the date of 11/17/21 with time of 10:49 and 26 seconds, 28 seconds right now, a.m. Central Standard Time.
Okay. If you could stop it just for 1 second. That's 10:49 a.m. Is that right?
Yes.
Did I tell you that the black screen that we had seen previously said 11:49 or 11:41 was off an hour?
Yes.
Okay. Did I tell you that was a mistake?
Yes, sir.
And we'll take ownership of that mistake. Is this the true timestamp?
It was a little pause of the joy, y'all. It's back. We back.
Gentlemen, we approach briefly.
So they approaching now. So what y'all looking at is Shorty that had the baseball cap on when he first did it. That's what I'm saying. That's what y'all looking at right now. Y'all looking at Shorty with the baseball cap when he first did it. You know what I'm saying? That's the part that they showing right now on the joint. Looking at the baseball cap when he first did it. So, basically they basically what the prosecution is doing is trying not to lead the defense with no magnitude of saying that that wasn't Johnson. It's deep. It's deep. I'll go back to it. I'm gonna click in and out of that, let y'all see and then listen. You know what I mean? 'Cause I'm smoking and YouTube be tripping out the smoking shit. So they looking at the screen right now. They telling, the detective is testifying about what's going on right now. You know what I mean? So this the first witness they called on day 3 is the detective.
Got spliced into a reel. So we'll go on for another 20 seconds. And the timestamp now is 10:51:14 a.m.
Yes, sir.
We go to the next camera.
Dolph should have
Is
security.
the timestamp on this one?
Yes, sir.
10:50 a.m.
Yes, sir.
They ain't really talked about much right now, but it's day 3 of the Young Dolph trial, and I'm just covering a little bit of it, man. I'm just giving y'all that. You know, we cover news, sports, and entertainment. Giving y'all a little bit of that. You got to catch me Sunday watching them Steelers get money. That's what you got to do.
We're ending that one. It is 10:51 a.m.
This the beginning. There's so many channels is covering this shit, but this is the raw dope coverage. This is the raw dope coverage, the way I cover it. You know what I mean? I cover it the way I cover it. You know what I mean? Giving my own opinion. Sure, they going to prison. Boy Johnson gonna get found guilty on all accounts. He just prolonging, and I don't think this trial is gonna last past 3 weeks. It shouldn't even last. It should be over with this fucking week. Yeah, Dolph trial should be over with this week for real. You know, but this is a murder for hire case. I just don't see this case. You know what I mean? I just don't see this case being drawn out all along. Like the jury, I'm telling you, from day 1 of the trial, the jury, the nigga that was with him, that stand in trial, that killed Dolph with him, testified. Bruh, like, I'll be looking for a deal. I'll be looking for a deal. Like, real shit, I'll be looking for a deal. Like, that's crazy.
10:52.
And the sad part about it is they paid for that lawyer Jook did. They never get in contact with Gotti. You can believe that.
It's 10:53. 10:55.
10:56.
Turn
They putting his ass together. They putting them together, bro. They putting them together. And like I want to say this to y'all. I don't get a kick out of this, right? Because I sat in the courtroom fighting for my life. I sat in the courtroom fighting for my life on many occasions. I never went to trial. I always pleaded out because my fear of trial is them smacking me with a number that I can't handle mentally. You know what I'm saying? I can't handle it mentally, bro. Like, I like, fuck this, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, let's just work out the best plea agreement, because if I'm, you know what I mean? I'm a firm believer of, if they got me, they got me, bro. I'm going to fight them to a certain extent to probably get the best plea I could get. And I'm not working, so I'm not working. What's the plea bargain? Because like I said, 90% of the times they arrest you, they don't do it right. It's something done wrong in the case. So that's why they come with plea agreements. And plea agreements allows you to see the streets again. In his case, his plea agreement might have been 30, 40 years. Yes, to all the tough and Billy badass niggas out there, I couldn't see myself taking 40 years. Okay, me neither. But if you going to get that elbow don't have a release date on it. Life without parole don't have a release date on it. 40 years have a release date on it. You know what I mean? It's a such thing as reconsideration, sentence of modification. You could grow in jail and get yourself together, and the judge might just be having some type of remorse for a lot of people sent to jail, and you could come home. You know what I'm saying? Well, 40 years, you know what I mean? If God allow you to live and to spare your life, you can come home. You could come home, bro, especially if you know you did some shit. I just can't go that hard, yo, on a murder case that could send me to jail for the rest of my life. Send me to jail for the rest of my life. And I know that the people that I was with is working with the police department to send me to jail for the rest of my life. one of the dude that was with me, you know what I'm saying, that killed Yo with me, is telling on me. The cards are stacked against you. You can't bluff this out. You can't bluff this out, bro. After that, man, when he testified, I'd have said, man, what's the plea, man? Because I don't even want to keep going forward with trial, bro. I can't stand to see this. And just being a black man that grew up in the shores of North America in the inner city of Baltimore and grew up in the ghetto, I can honestly say, bro, that shit is terrible, bro. Like, man, as a man, I just want to say that the world is vicious, bro. And what we seen and what we witnessed is some shit 20 years ago that you wouldn't have told me that would be like this. People been testifying, people been doing wild shit before I was born. But we didn't get to see about the shit. We heard about the shit or we read about it. But it wasn't so popular. Now, just the word rat is like a badge of honor for certain people. You know what I'm saying? You know, humiliation is a badge of honor for our community because everything is televised, bro. Everything is televised, bro. So just knowing right now on TV, Melly about to go start trial, Thug on trial, Diddy just got knocked off, and now these kids is on trial for Dolph murder. All black people, bro. All black people, yo. You know what I'm saying? All black people, all big names. Boosie, all on the news for his gun charges. Our community, bro. Our community, bro. And I don't mean to sound soft or phony, but I'm just saying, like, god damn, bro. It's so much bad shit going on in the community that the good shit is always going to get overlooked. Hard-working people that's trying to do the right thing is always going to get overlooked because we're overpowered with the rotten apples. It's more than one rotten apple in a bunch, bro. And it's just terrible. And these, you know, just on TV crucifying you. It's just a big message in the sky, bro. Watch what you're doing and watch how you're doing and watch who you're around. And don't be so easy to put your life on the line. Don't be so easy to put your life on the line. They put their life on the line and their freedom on the line for $50,000. Which is a lot of money to a broke person with an empty stomach. You know what I mean? It's a lot. Let's not play like $50,000 is not a lot of money to people that live in the ghetto, the projects, the trailer homes, the back blocks, niggas. Don't act like that's not a lot of money. But the reality of it, it's not a lot of money for a life. A life is priceless. It's not worth going to jail for the rest of your life because you're going to spend $50,000 in commissary. You know, no matter how you do it, sending money to your kids, trying to help your people uptown because jail reserves you and it helps you build a conscience. The more and more you sit in there, you will gain a conscience, whether you gain it at 30 or 80. If you're sitting in there without no way out, you're not going to be the same asshole you was walking in the door. They're going to make sure of that. And if you got to die in the cell, man, $50,000 is not worth dying in the cell. And then for one of the dudes, he never received his $50,000. His lawyer got a Jew or white person or whoever his attorney is got paid before him. You know, and that attorney got paid that money and he's going to do the right thing. Invest, buy a car, you know, pay his bills up, you know. Attorney going to do the right thing. You never got your money to do anything. $800 is what he said he received for killing Young Dolph on day one. That's all. $800 and then they paid his lawyer. Like, come on, bro. Come on. At this point, we going to jail. We probably don't even need no lawyer. You know what I'm saying? It ain't, you know what I'm saying? And then, if they didn't do it, but it's clear he's saying he did do it, he can't, you know, he never had a chance to enjoy it. Like, this is different, bro. And one thing that I say, again, you know, Big Jook dropped the bag and then that boy ain't get paid. And now all that alters what, to do the right thing. You know what I mean? Let's get back into this. They don't know, but he's talking to it. Johnson's talking to his lawyer right now. Johnson's talking to his lawyer right now. And I'm smoking on raw dope.
I'm wrong, we've watched sort of one event that you viewed on the crosstown video, is that correct?
Yes.
And we've watched the original video with the timestamp.
Yes.
I'm gonna let y'all get some
The times
bump.
that we saw were
Let y'all get some bump.
10:49 to
Let y'all get some bump.
10:56 a.m.
Yes, sir.
Approximately an hour and a half before the shooting.
Yes, sir.
You also watched other video, correct?
Yes, sir.
An earlier video from around 2:40 that morning when the suspect left the crosstown complex. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you also watched a video from around 4:48 with the Mercedes arriving at the crosstown complex. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And then you also watched a video from later that evening around 7:52 p.m. Of the suspect returning to Crosstown. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And then a video around 8:17 p.m. of the suspect with luggage leaving the Crosstown concourse. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And as you watch these videos, did you also create a timeline of these events?
Yes, sir.
And did you do that back when you originally watched the videos, 11:24 and 11:26 of 2021?
Yes, sir.
Now, I passed you this document and asked you what this is. Those times I just read to you from that timeline, did you verify that those are the times when those things happened?
Yes, sir.
With the videos with the timestamps
The video with the timestamp.
before they were ever put into reels or whatever?
Yes, sir.
Thanks, sir.
There you go.
Good morning, Lieutenant.
Good morning, sir.
You doing all right today?
Well, you?
Doing well, doing well. So I've just got a few questions for you. Appreciate you being here.
Yes, sir.
So you were asked some questions about obtaining the crosstown videos, and I think you said that you went on November 24th to try to obtain video from Crosstown and the 26th.
Yes, sir.
Did you go twice because you weren't able to get them the first time and had to go back, or were you able to get some the first time and some the second time?
We were not able to get anything initially because they had to have a technician to actually retrieve the video. But what we did, we went in and reviewed, and I say we, I'm talking about my partner, Sergeant West, and I. We went in and we reviewed within a certain time frame, which was from, I think we reviewed from 2:30 to about 11 o'clock. It was our time frame of review. And we went and reviewed those time frames and had bookmarks done.
Okay.
Once the bookmarks was done of videos from each section or part of camera view at Crosstown Concourse, then the technician came in later and downloaded those bookmarks for us.
Fair to say that the system that you're watching these videos is a computer system?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Not like old school VCRs, tapes running, a wall or anything, right?
No, sir.
Okay. And I'm sure in your long career.
So now the defense is doing a little cross-examination. Like I told y'all, I'm going to be in and out with this. It's really like the born part of the trial. This is him trying to defend the tapes and do this. He just... It's a long, drawn-out process.
But you would agree with me, you weren't watching the live view on November 17th. Or November 16th when these concourse videos were actually being recorded. Correct?
No, we were not.
You're going back and reviewing an archived video format of those, correct?
I'm sorry, ma'am. Yes. Yes.
And truth be told, you can't, whether it was the live view was accurate, right? You can't say whether it was accurate on the 17th. Right? Because all you did was look on the 24th and go, my watch says it's 2 p.m. on the 24th. I'm making up that time just as an example. And the live view shows that it's 2 p.m. on the 24th. Therefore, this must be accurate. That's right.
Yes, we used a live view to check to see if the cameras were accurate during that time before we did the bookmarks.
But that test alone doesn't tell you whether or not it's accurate on November 17th and November 16th. You would have to agree with me, right?
Yes.
So you can't say that these timestamps are accurate as to what occurred on November 16th or 17th, right? Because you don't know if the system was rebooted, malfunctioned, something happened. You can't speak to any of that.
I cannot tell you anything happened to that system. I can only tell you that when we did our initial review, as far as live view is concerned, we compared. And that's been our best practice to do each and every time we download videos.
Hey, listen, make sure y'all tap in, man. Follow me on all major platforms, man. Tap in, day 3 of the dog trial. I'll be tapping in with y'all later on tonight. Let's go.
Our time loops. That's why we